Everybody think the man is supposed to sacrifice his life for everybody else, and he don't get no reward, no enjoyment for it, and there's no return on it. The man's happiness don't mean nothing to nobody. The man's peace don't mean nothing to nobody. The man ain't appreciated, homie, till his presence is no longer there.
A lot of women aren't bringing nothing. They think kitty is enough, and it's not. It's not enough. Cooking is not even enough. Because a lot of y'all not bringing respect, honor, support. A lot of y'all not bringing nothing. You bringing the bare minimum of an adult qualities. But what it takes to make a relationship succeed, you're not bringing that. And you know what's interesting? A lot of women, they beg for marriage. Oh, we've been together for this amount of time. Like, it's time for us to get married. Or so-and-so's getting married and this person's getting married. And I always thought at this age I would be married. And so we need to be married. You need to marry me. Prove your love to me. Prove your commitment to me. Put a ring on my finger. I'm not just going to be no girlfriend. I'm not going to be shacking up. You know, they have all these things and then they're the first ones to run. They're the first ones to say, well, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. Maybe we shouldn't be together. The first ones after they're the ones who beg for it. Men are waking up about these guidelines because now I need to vet you properly. Now I need to see what you actually bring to the table.
Men only want one thing, and it's not money, it's not power, it's
appreciation. The answer is appreciation. Men want to be appreciated for all of the hard work that they do to feed a family, to drive, to lead. They're the ones that start the conversations. They're the ones that ask out on the date, put themselves out there, have to pay for it. They just want to be appreciated and not be told that they're the worst, that they're the devil, that they're awful human beings, because that's just not true.
I have the heart. I need nothing more.
You're set. Try not to linger here, though, eh?
Kratos.
Zeus?
My father.
Your father was Zeus? That explains a lot.
What is that place?
Never go there. Understand?
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turning on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is going to be about why women struggle to meet a man's needs.
So at Papa Giorgio 9, men have simple needs. Mm-hmm. Why do women struggle to meet them?
That's a great question. I don't know why women struggle to meet a man's needs, because a man's needs are free. A woman's needs cost money.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of them. I mean, you can talk about I need love and affection. No. We know what you need. It costs money, all that. That's what the world we live in. If he came in my lifestyle, a man ain't never shoot nothing like that, baby. Rub my neck, rub my back. That don't cost nothing. Make me some food. Matter of fact, I'll pay for the food for you to make it. It don't cost nothing for a woman to please a man. It costs money for a man to please a woman.
You want to know what else I'll say, and I'll make it quick? I feel like men were raised on how to treat a woman well, and women were raised how to treat a woman well.
By who?
By their mothers, or whoever was around. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all about, like, you need to do this for her. You open the door, do this. And women were treated on how to get what they need from a man. They were never taught. Women are not taught to do these things for a man. Now, other cultures, which is what you would say, un-American women, or even other cultures, like my mom's Persian, I seen that. They're very submissive. You have to do all this. But most American culture people, they are not taught to, especially Black women, don't kill me, but I feel like a lot of women were raised by independent mothers. So for them, they wanted to protect their child, and they wanted their child not to be in their position. So in order to protect their child, it was like, look, this is what you need from a man. And if he's not doing this, this, and this, and this, you're not supposed to mess with him. And a man was taught how to give the needs to a woman. You're supposed to open her door. You're supposed to make sure you have this, have enough money to take care of her, take her on a date, do this. So women were not taught that, a lot of women, period. And that's just what I think. Don't shoot me and don't kill me off of that one.
Now, before some women say, which a lot of you will say, well, my man don't do this, he don't do that, that and the other. And you could be very well correct. Just remember, a man has a long list of things that we have to do for that woman. We have to make enough money. We have to spend enough time with her. And if the woman has that particular thing that she wants to live a lavish type of lifestyle or to keep doing certain things like eating out. I have a great example here about a woman that doesn't appreciate her man, that works 12 hours a day, and then she wants him to come home and cook. Now, her reasoning is insane, but part of it is because she wants to eat out and he wants to save money. So she punishes him by not eating out and making him cook. Well, technically making him cook. And this debunks what the last video said, that the woman, I cannot think her name because it's MVO or something, she was saying why Aisha Curry and Jada Pinkett Smith is dragging their men through the mud. And she made a comment in there that we're all grown. A man can't make a woman do anything that she don't want to do, and a man and a woman can't make a man do anything that she wants to do. Now that's false, because some people can, by manipulation, by fear, not fear that the person is going to beat your ass, but fear of them leaving or having to deal with drama. Okay, because I know that's not me a lot of times. But anyway, let me share this video that Emily King had response to.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours, see?
For all of you that have seen my original video on this, there is an update she has posted. Before I slide in what I need to say, let's watch that video.
So me and my husband are in a huge fight right now. He actually left, and he said he's going to stay gone until I get my act together. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? Pretty much, he works like 70 hours a week, okay? And I asked him if we can go out to eat. We went out to eat yesterday, and I asked him again if we can go out to eat again. He said that this can't be something we do on a routine basis. And I'm just like, why not? Why not? When you have the money to do it and you make all that money, why can't we do that? He says, because we're supposed to be saving. We're supposed to save. What are we investing in? Why are we saving in the first place? Okay. First of all, what I'm not going to do is sit here and allow someone to tell me what my money, that's my money too, because we're married. I'm not going to allow someone to tell me what my money is going to go towards. Okay. Simple as that. And if he's going to keep it up, then he don't have to come back.
First of all, bravo to your husband for standing up for himself. That man needs to stay gone. Second of all, girl, it sounds like you're going to lose a whole husband over dinners. Thirdly, your money is really his money when you're not being a team player. And it will quickly, faster than you expect, return to his money forever, even when you decide you do want to be a team player when he decides to remain gone.
Okay, that thing right there. And I had a similar situation in my marriage and in my relationship. Now, I have to admit, I kind of spoiled her, and we did go out and eat quite a bit. But see, the thing was, I understand that you have to do things with your woman, and you have to do things that she likes to do. Now, the thing is, though, she has to do things that you like to do, too. And early in the relationship, she would do things that I like to do. We would watch sports together. We would play video games. Those were the things that I like to do. We would stay home and watch a movie, or we would go to the movies, art museum, certain things like that. She liked to go out and eat. That was her thing. And because I loved her, I did that particular thing right there. Now, why she did not do what this woman did to her husband right here, she actually was the opposite. And I think probably because she was white, I know when I would work late, she would have dinner waiting for me when I came home. And I have to admit, I felt appreciated around that time. If she was ever to watch this video, and I know I did shady things in the past. We both did shady things in the past. Sometimes thinking the other person is doing something, or either we didn't like what another person was doing or watching, or whatever the case may be. But around the time when she, if you are watching this, around the time you was doing that type of stuff, I was not doing any shady stuff around that time because I felt loved and respected around that time. Okay. But eventually she stopped. Now, again, maybe she lost feelings, maybe also still had feelings for somebody else. Maybe she was trying to get over the person. Who knows? Maybe only she could answer. And the thing is, I don't know if she would be totally truthful because she could not always be accountable. But I will give her this. She would be honest enough to tell me something if she had did something at least some of the time. I don't think she told me all the time. Or either she would leave something out or she would make it seem like it was past tense or something. But she would tell me a particular situation right there. I have a video for women that may be watching this, or even men that may be confused by this, because I believe, especially in America, the West, we suffer from this thing of automatically putting women on the pedestal. And I don't believe in that unless if the woman's putting the man on the pedestal and the man's putting the woman on the pedestal, if you are both valuing each other. But unfortunately, it always seems like only one can value the one at one time. Well, as I would say, it was times in relationships that they was pouring love into me, and I felt more energized to pour love into them. And because usually as the man, I'm the one that has to start giving first because I have to take them out, I have to pay, I have to do that particular thing right there. But I will say I was lucky enough to come across women that would invest first. And that's why I believe if you meet a woman that really likes you and is attracted to you, she will not be afraid to invest in you. Whether she's buying you a gift, whether she's buying you a snack, whether she's bringing dinner at your job, whether she is checking in on you. It's the little things that women can do to make a man feel loved. And that's the thing too. When a woman can't do the small free things that a woman has to do, it's free that is not money, but the thing is, it's effort based. Okay, and this is why sometimes women don't value men that just give them things or buy them stuff. Because while he did take effort to get the money to be able to do that particular thing, he's not giving her his time. Now, of course, that goes into the thing of sometimes a man is so busy with his work, with his climb to the top, with trying to maintain the lifestyle, that he may not have the time to do that. But I will say, with men that do have the time and they just keep brushing their woman off because they're arm candy, they don't really like them, they're attractive, they may look at them as a good woman to have kids with, but they don't really want to spend time with them. Now, that's a totally other problem, but I do think men do need to work on that particular thing to have that type of life balance there. If you have a woman that loves you as a person, you got to spend time with her. But you don't need to go broke in order to do that. And if she can only have good times with you by doing activities that cost a lot of money, then I don't think she's really there for the right reasons. Anyway, I have this video by Fresh and Fit.
Woman by a man's side shapes how society sees him.
A woman can destroy your legacy.
Will Smith is a multimillionaire, and there's men that's like me that will never trade places with him because of the woman he's with.
What makes you feel appreciated and seen as a man by a woman? You know what? I'll have you answer that because you could probably give a good more, because I can think of what I would, but I think you give a better answer in general. What married men are saying.
A few, because I mean, there's a million things that I think guys could really appreciate, but number one is the value of his voice. Whose voice matters the most in your relationship? Is it your girlfriend?
Right?
Is it your family? Right. Is it social media?
Definitely.
Whose voice matters the most in your relationship or your household? That's a big thing to most men, because that's often the thing that undermines the relationship.
A woman.
Everybody else's input, everybody else's voice above his and his leadership. That's number one. Number two, his image. Most, what you just said, men,
ego.
The woman by a man's side shapes how society sees him. There's a reason why.
Great point.
There's a reason why Will Smith is not viewed and treated as we view and treat Denzel Washington. And it's not because of their acting careers or their accolades or how many blockbusters they sold. It's because of the woman next to him. Steph Curry is way above in leagues the woman he's with. Way above. Aisha Curry. She clearly isn't aware of where she is in the pecking order of, you're an average looking woman with a mega superstar, one of the most famous people in the planet.
So she's
and the way in which you conduct yourself and talk about this man and throw him under the bus repeatedly to try to make him look bad.
That's all.
Will Smith is a multimillionaire, and there's men that's like me that will never trade places with him because of the woman he's with.
Yeah, fantastic point.
All the money that he has,
I don't think anybody would want to be.
but that's the point. It's because of the woman he's with. His image matters.
And I want to add to that real quick. This is how important that is, right? Because you asked that good question. I really want to hammer this home for women. Kobe Bryant cheated on his wife. She didn't lose any credibility. Vanessa Bryant to this day is still revered as like, she stuck by him when he had that whole scandal and he had with that girl like 20 years ago now at this point. R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. Right? Didn't lose any credibility. However, I love that you brought the Will Smith thing up. Will Smith's credibility is tarnished because of his wife. No one remembers Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. No one remembers, the rap music. No one remembers any of that shit. Because you can make the argument, and I'm glad that you brought up Denzel. You can make the argument that Will Smith has actually had better movies than Denzel Washington and has had more hits.
Bigger blockbusters.
Bigger blockbusters. You can make that argument, but no one thinks of it that way because of Jada and the Red Table.
There you go.
Oh, in other words, a woman can destroy your legacy.
You can build it up or you can tear it down.
Oh, shit.
But those are the only two options when it comes to that man. So the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, and what you display on social media is a reflection of his image.
Yeah.
So factor that in when you think, oh, I'm going to do what I want, wear what I want, act how I want. You should act that way when you're single. When you decide you want to be with a man, you're taking his last name and now a representation of him.
Yep. And even what you do when you were single could come back and hurt him if it was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a man's reputation can be destroyed by a woman, but a woman's reputation is never really going to be destroyed by a man.
Okay, so for men and women out there, for women that's confused of like, what do I need to do? I just need to be there. And for men to have low self-worth, or either we was told of everything that we just need to do for the woman, that's what you need to look for in the woman. Coach Greg Adams will definitely proudly say, love doesn't exist. Probably a lot of men that's bitter and stuff will think that love doesn't exist. I can't say that because I had love before from the woman, and I know I've given love. Once I experience something, I can't always generalize it in that kind of way. Now, I do think if you are dating if you just meeting women at the club or something, yeah, finding love may be kind of thin. Now, of course, going to the church, you would think it'd be a high probability to find a woman that loves you. That doesn't guarantee that you will find a woman that loves you, but I think you have more of a chance to find a woman that may sincerely love you, and at the very least will have good values that maybe they may not do you a certain kind of way. But again, not really sold on that particular thing too. I don't think, because a lot of times people can hide behind religion. I think the thing is that women that are raised in a way to conduct themselves in ways that can show man respect, love, honor, that type of stuff, they will usually make that man proud and happy.
This is what a real one looks like in 4K. No words needed.
I got school tomorrow. That's a book. That's my book right there. That's my book.
See, dude in the red tried to play her man invisible, but she immediately put him front and center. That's the difference between a girl who's with you and a woman who stands for you.
Bro, you gotta ask, bro. You better. What you doing? You clip farming or what? You want to take a picture? Or you want to clip farm?
The loudest thing in this video is her silence. The fact she didn't smile or speak made the message 10 times stronger.
Now, I don't always agree with everything that Fresh and Fit say because they do always usually pick up a certain group of women. But see, I'm glad they do this because a lot of women will say, well, women are not like this, or women don't do this, or my friends don't do this. Okay, maybe your friends don't. Or maybe you're just going the other way because I know a lot of different women, and usually when they get into a group, it will be women telling their business and telling stuff. And you can't tell me you don't sometimes hear other women saying that they don't like their man or they like this other particular guy and wish they had went with them. The things that I've heard just would maybe make a lot of men heads just turn like, wow, okay, if I knew that, I wouldn't have never got married and got invested like that. But I bring that up with what Fresh and Fit say that.
Oh, in other words, a woman can destroy your legacy.
You can build it up or you can tear it down.
Oh, shit.
But those are the only two options when it comes to that man. So the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, and what you display on social media is a reflection of his image.
Yeah.
So factor that in when you think, oh, I'm going to do what I want, wear what I want, act how I want. You should act that way when you're single. When you decide you want to be with a man, you're taking his last name and now a representation of him.
Yep. And even what you do when you were single could come back and hurt him if it was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you know, a man's reputation can be destroyed by a woman, but a woman's reputation is never really going to be destroyed by a man.
He's exactly right there. And that's a double standard thing. That with a woman, if she's with a man, and no matter what's going on, if they go homeless, they go bankrupt, if he cheats on her, whatever it is, it will be on him. The stain will be on him, not her. Now, I will disagree that a man can make a woman look bad, but how that usually is if she gets involved, okay, it's kind of like now with women that pick like bad boys or men that's running through them, turn them out. Those men as a collective, because men will look at the men that the woman has picked, and the smart men will be like, okay, well, that's her type of dude. Let me not take her seriously, or let me stay out of that right there. So I do think men can make women look bad, but not in the same way. Not if they are in a couple being together. And this is the thing, as I say again, that women now, because I think a lot of women is getting exposed of how a lot of women are, they will say, oh, a man shouldn't talk about his past women and so forth. Oh, so we can't share the tea to other men of how a lot of women be using and abusing men. And women will do the opposite thing. If when they're in a relationship with a man, they will talk about him like a dog.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and that is just not realistic. I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him. And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man. I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband. But here I am, married, and you're not. So who's laughing?
Now, the thing is, I usually think when a woman is doing that, she is either looking for another option or she has another option. And that's what that woman in the last video that I did not cover. She said that a woman would do these things to get a man's attention. But sometimes, okay, I think a woman may have another man lined up, or she might want to be with somebody else. So she's acting out to make that man leave her. Okay, so that's one thing that she forgot to say, and that I forgot to put in that particular video. Anyway, for women watching this, that's what you can do to show your man love. Okay, now it seems like when you're lovey-dovey in that beginning stage of the relationship, the honeymoon period, women will automatically do this particular thing. But now it makes me wonder, is it sincere, or is it just to get to the altar? Is it just to get married? Or is it just to get a kid? Because why would it totally just vanish later if you did not mean it. Now, of course, though, I think is more to it in some cases. Sometimes life gets hard. Maybe you're going through stuff. Maybe family member passed away. You're under a lot of stress and stuff. Those things can somewhat change your relationship to a degree, but you still have to have that effort right there. And I think a woman that's not doing those things that are free is not showing effort. And another thing that they did not talk about there, while men do need that, we need sexual attention. We need to know that we are wanted by the woman that we are with. Now, if a man is thirsty enough and he's so happy to be with you, he'll look past this particular thing. But as men, we have to make sure, especially after she has a kid, but after she gets the milestones, that she don't shut off and not have sexual relations with you. Because if she totally shuts down and doesn't want to do the deed with you anymore, it makes me wonder, was that just the plan, just to seal the deal? That's what you have to watch out for women that are of other cultures that are good at getting in position to get married. That's the only thing right there. And as Coach Grady Adams say, sometimes you don't really know the woman until you have a kid with her. And this also goes back to his comment about love doesn't exist. Well, okay. If love doesn't exist, if it's just attachment, okay, because I'm pretty sure science can explain that away, then again, a woman should respect you. You should look for that, respect you, and she should be doing things for you. Sexual attention should be attraction right there. That's why I don't want to hear that thing that looks don't matter. Look, sexual attraction matters. Okay, whether anybody says that looks don't matter, fine. The person don't have to be a beauty model, all that other stuff. But a lot of times women will say, well, I want a big, strong man, or a man that's a certain type, or either certain size down there. Okay, fine. Again, I don't never want a woman to settle on me, because then I'll get the I keep saying Steph Curry, the Aisha Curry or the Jay Pickett Smith treatment later, because I was not her first choice. So, and I already been there, done that. I want the next woman that I get involved with, I want her to be sky high on me. Okay, I'm not taking that thing of like, oh, okay, you seem nice. Let's see where this goes. No, no, I want her to be smitten, spellbound, be like, wow, you're amazing. Even though a woman can fake that, of course, but I have better feelings about that than dealing with a woman that is so-so. So that's all I had to say about this. Give me a like and subscribe, and have a good day.
I personally think that men are basically all the same. Men just want a nice, sweet, supportive woman. You don't even have to be that beautiful. Like, don't be fat, like go to the gym, eat healthy, put a little bit of makeup on, not too much. But ultimately, men just want a supportive, kind, sweet woman. He's gonna go out there, take on the world, do all these difficult things, and he just wants to go home and know that there's peace, there's food on the table, the house is clean. It's really not that difficult. All men want the same thing.